Little boy, that's facts. I'ma throw that cash to my money.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain. Can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power and look at my dogs from way back then, claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich, then went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat grits. Ay, how did you let it go miss? Ay, how she was magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught on the rhythm, she caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain. Can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive to do what I does. Need a light here to check my buzz. These right here to check my cuz. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's broke to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain. Can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I? Say I done powered up, level at 10,000 and climbing. No, I've been bad it, till them took it back from around me. Man, what it is, really I just came here to gotta see this more gonna feel, boy. Thank the good Lord, I'm gifted. Oh, overflowing with the sauce, I'm never holding back. I'm going in my coffin, middle finger poking through the casket. No turning tragedy to tragic for you knew what happened. Ain't no explanation, this is second nature. All is automatic. Lion, tigers, meteors inside my mind. Kamikaze, spaceship power, baby, sail me toward the sky. Here I come, a freaky side. Oh no, don't you close your eyes. I'ma give you something to cry about. I'ma teach you how to fly without fear, doubt, just regret. Break it down, break the sweat, baby, the down, break a leg, let you lay the power jet. Sipping on the sun in the cup somewhere, 'cause she ain't really seen nothing like me, yeah. Cannibalistic, animal instinct, you fools hurt. Jesus, well.
Welcome back, everyone, to Orchard Park, just south of Buffalo. You haven't missed a thing as we're just about set for the opening kickoff. will be fielded inside the 5. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. On first down, Allen. Smith catches left side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. At the 33-yard line. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. He finds a man on the crossing line.
Let's keep the receivers alive and play. Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The quarterback sack. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. It's now 3rd and 19. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And a quick throw here that's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to walk over here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. No dice for Sean McDermott in the offense. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So this offense, Charles, we've heard of teams acquiring nicknames. You think about maybe the Legion of Boom, the greatest show on turf, the Monsters of the Midway. Well, this offense, they have a new nickname now as well. Self-proclaimed, calling themselves history in the making. Kind of has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, and it rolls off the tongue real smooth too, doesn't it? I know they've got to back it up, but I can't wait to watch them play now myself. When you talk about history in the making, it's happening right in front of us each and every time they go out there and play. Let's take a step back, grab some easy chairs, and watch history in the making ourselves.
First down. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. It's a gain of 9. You know, Charles, this offense, you and I talked about it off here, but they already had a lot of weapons. But since we last saw them, they've added another piece to the puzzle. Is it possible that maybe at some point you make too many moves, you tinker a little too much?
It's possible. There's no doubt about that, because sometimes you can look at it, have it almost perfected, and say, let's add one more, and it doesn't quite work out. That means you've got to know who you're bringing in, and you have to know your locker room and how they're going to gel together and find a way to make it work. And right now, it's working really well for this group.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Almost able to intercept it.
getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. And instead, third down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On third down, dropped to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Allen Robinson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. This crew, they want to roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did. Formula looking good so far in this one.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. That's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went for it, so I don't think it's a big deal if the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. You and I watched film yesterday, and he told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
This will be fielded at the 17. Officially that'll go as a 52-yard punt, not too shabby. And the Steelers are going on offense here, 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now in October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the off-season preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, the vision that he had, what he was going to do really getting downfield great answer blocks.
Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. And they will break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double and pick up 6. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Bills nothing.
First down. Steps away to his left. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
The Steelers first down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
And it's third down.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
To Nixon. And they'll take this from the 9 into about the 7. Line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Pick up with 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Allen Robinson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 14-0.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell then on a kick it away after the touchdown. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Let's take their first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And all the way down to the 35. Big play here for the Bills. 31 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late week.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Fitzpatrick.
Brandon, not a real good throw that time. He looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit and catch your breath.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And they got him well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Joe Mixon. A beautiful span and room to run. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
How about that, partner? That's a gutsy run, a physical run, an explosive run, and he's inside the 10-yard line now. I don't know if you hand it to him again on this play, but make the defense think that you will, and maybe you have some options off of it.
We hit halftime, as we do all season. We'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. We'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the area. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And it is now 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And they will ring him down a couple of yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bills going to take over again on offense. And some dangerous territory. Already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here. An inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points in half in one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And this throw complete to Washington. And all the way home for the Bills touchdown. James Washington, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills cut into that lead.
I know those wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays right after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. How does the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away? Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
So stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they work this well outfield across the 35. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
First down, Steelers.
They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So the illegal forward pass also cost him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A game there of 30 big ones.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice game.
So now the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Chris Boswell on the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it.
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. With a white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to put it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken around the 12. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. will begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. The Dolphins looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets into 2nd and 4. Again, it's Mixon. That one, a first down pickup of 8. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That good for 19 on a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for second half blowout material. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster, and he's got this down to the 35. 2 catches in the first half, now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
Receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches on the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal then. And he's here. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because The guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down, he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run, these things work well for us, and sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the last scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And that throw there going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great popping corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that.
It seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. To be fairly clear, it's our last to leave the building.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They go play action here on first down. On the crossing route, complete. That's Johnson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
16 yards. First down, Steelers.
He'll drop to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
The quarterback sacked. A loss of 6 yards.
2nd and long. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down. But to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Steelers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 16. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline. But out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now back to throw. Rolling to his left. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Being chased out left. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him. Now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the line. Here's a run with Mixon, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. They seemingly just continue to score at will. As great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Boswell for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that was a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now here's Johnson. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football.
Recovered by the kicking team.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's off the mark, incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
That's a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Alan Robinson there to make the grab as his guys continue to pull it on. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one, you're exactly right. Clean sweep. And boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that will extend this big lead.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Johnson now returning. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Buffalo all set to get the football back here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I've been talking about my punter right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field with a drive. Punter.
Oh my God.
Diggs, the 30, 10, and for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills are able to make things a bit more respectable.
I do have one word for that touchdown for you. You ready? Yeah. Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. It's like putting lipstick on a pin.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. Big doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even if this game is over.
By the way, what room is that to the pin? Look at all the things they give us. Pork, bacon. Out comes his field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. A big reason why they've been so successful. This defense hasn't been able to contain him when he gets outside of the pocket.
So true, and that's when it's really difficult, because defensively you can have a game plan and try to count for all the things you've seen on tape, the way that they run their plays, even his running. But when it's a play where you just can't really say, okay, that's how the play's supposed to go, what they call broken plays, that's when the X and O doesn't work. That's when their Jimmy is better than your Joe.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself. You still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We know these guys play.
There he goes left side. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time, because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to right for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sidewalk.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point now by Boswell. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills getting all set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they get into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play here for Buffalo. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Working out the shotgun. Here's Allen. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe I'm wanting to risk an injury. It's a pickup of 12 and set up a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down, and the big play to start the drive, not much sense. From the gun, and this is caught at the end. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never would show.
Gonna save the gas money, the hotel, what have you,
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's stopped at the 23. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long when they throw the football. They're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And Oliver, the time to run to get in there and bring him down.
It's 2nd down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you lose in a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
Has been a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. On 1st down, Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10. And working at the 5. 36 yards on the play. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the shotgun snap to Allen. This is caught. He's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a short-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Rolling to his right. Going top shelf for some. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Steps away. That is caught at the 7. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this trade, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Boswell for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
Chris Boswell on the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Returning it, Johnson. And he'll take it out past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bills came to the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they weren't executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waiting moments of this one. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. Bills, a big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Bills, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gordon. Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Trophy earned, NFL icon. Playoff in here. Just getting into the dance.
It had been a long journey just to get to this point, and with every step, the stakes were raised. The press wanted to gauge our confidence level. As I stepped away from the mic, I knew the next time we stepped onto the field would determine whether we kept going or vanished forever.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Denver Broncos.
It's time for the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are in a city that sure had its share of memorable playoff games in the past. Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here comes the Bronco offense with Drew Lock from Missouri in charge.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2. But his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
Lock now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So the Steelers now in great shape to begin their initial possession. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And playoff games in and of themselves, we know they're pressure-filled. That's not breaking any news. But you have to wonder how much added pressure this team feels, given that a perfect season is on the line. They heard it during the regular season. Now they've sat at home for 2 weeks hearing about it. Can they handle that as well as the team that they're facing in order to try and advance?
They'll roll him out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Sliding up, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The quarterback.
Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
back to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Allen Robinson, 47 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll try and throw for it. Flushed out right. And he will get in to make it 8-0. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now here's Johnson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And the Broncos first down.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Jones. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will get it at their own 20-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. So, CD, the playoffs are here and all the excitement that goes along with the month of January. And for this offense, let's be frank, they really feel like they're the team to beat.
And they should feel that way. This team should be uber confident about their abilities to go on a big run here in the playoffs, because let's face it, this is one of the most talented teams in the league. They've assembled talent from the offseason, in the draft, during the season. They've brought in great parts to add to their team. Now it's time to see if they've grown together as a team, and are they more than just the sum of their parts? Are they finally a unit that can do some damage in the playoffs?
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll buy some time right. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. On the move to his left. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Flush to his right. And they'll go back to Robinson. This time he's got him. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Allen Robinson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, 15-0 here in the first quarter. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Johnson now returning. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Start out on the ground with Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
10-yard loss on the play.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. 15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Broncos nothing.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw it is Locke. And the pressure gets to him again. T.J. Watt in there to drop him at sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. It's Mixon on the counter. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. They run the counter. Mixon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 29-yard line.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll find Everett there, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
At the 15-yard line.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the 1st half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. Oh, he stays up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Conversion is no good.
So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
From the 10. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the 1st half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now the 2nd down throw on target. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Block working out of the gun. Going right side here, and that's complete. The 20. 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive Now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. To his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it here. Eluding the pressure right. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's third down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Escaping the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. And that one will fall incomplete. The clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing his lock on third down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here first and 10. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they work this out past the 25. too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for Allen Robinson.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Dancing to his left. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. We've already punched 2 tickets to the championship round this weekend. We'll get back to you guys and punch a third in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And it was the Miami Dolphins who are moving on as they were able to knock out the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. Now they run with Mixon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll run here with Mixon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. That was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy, 41 yards. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals. Just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
Tackled at the 46-yard line.
On second down, here's Mixon. Whoosh! And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Mixon. That's good.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
17-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. After the broken tackle, couldn't get free for much space, taken down right at the 10. A gain of 6 there on first.
2nd and 4 at the 10-yard line.
Rolling to his left. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster there to make the grab. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 10. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
And 9 at the 24-yard line.
From the gun, it's Locke. And open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Locke. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right there, and that pick 6 will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get, so really, you're almost at the point of no option. Have to go for it. Bottom line, though, is defenders know that as well. They know you've got to throw the football. Had the right defense called, able to make a nice play on the ball, and that's all she wrote.
Extra point now by Boswell. He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Here comes Johnson on the return, and he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 27-yard line.
And now back out comes the offense. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Locke trying again after the pick 6. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
Locke's pass complete. Fumble on the play.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, complete. It's Oliver. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
4-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
That's good.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll set up to throw, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, and now it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Pittsburgh Steelers. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Back to throw again. Steps away. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there at 22.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Another try for Mixon. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. And did he get in? Yes, they say it's a touchdown. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Returning it, Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Denver's offense ready to go again. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. Lock and the Broncos going to come up first and 10, just shy of the 30. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. This is the tight end fan. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Now a play fake here on first down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Eric Ebron, 45 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Steelers.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. Run play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now here's Johnson. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just go.
And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Give him 30 yards there.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll set up a throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the target once again. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Now 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete.
Brings up 4th and goal.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe you're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Johnson now returning. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's
and the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Devin Bush picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
2nd down.
Protection's certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 2nd and 16. Lock. Wide open receiver complete. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Lock working out of the gun. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Noah Fant, 56 yards. And the Broncos get one score closer. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. If they can finish this one out, they'll book a date in the AFC title game next Sunday, and it looks good so far as they try to run some clock here in this fourth quarter. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play.
Once again, they run with Mixon.
At the 25-yard
fighting his way through contact. Sheds another, and he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 32-yard line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 43 yards on the ground.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Still 15 yards to go, second down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. They'll roll him out right. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 14. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run on first down. Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Broncos' 14-yard line.
For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for Juju Smith-Schuster. He was covered by Stephon Gilmore.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over. The Steelers going to survive and advance as we say so long, everybody. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.
second nature, all is automatic.
We were all nervous about the Super Bowl. Who wouldn't have been, right? But I looked at the players around me and remembered everything we'd done to make this a reality. And with that, we put our helmets on and headed for the tunnel.
Tonight on EA Sports, Super Bowl 60. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
59 years of champions have come and gone. Who will claim number 60 as we're off in the 2026 Super Bowl? And look at this. Right away, a loose football.
Recovered by the Steelers.
It's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is, but to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And they'll go back to Robinson. This time he's got it. 18 yards that time to push him up first and goal. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out comes the San Francisco offense as they are led out by their quarterback, the man known as Jimmy G. That's Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
The ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and
now they'll throw with Garoppolo. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now here comes Ayuk on the jet sweep. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back in the 25.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Devin Bush providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. This one from 48 yards away. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
49ers 3.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially open the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 8 yards out, and the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Boswell good with the extra point. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
They're on 24-yard line.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd and 2, Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Garoppolo sacked.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, Depp has been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Touchdown, 49ers! A big play there. 72 yards. And the 49ers are back within a score.
The kicker on.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 7-yard pick.
On 2nd down now, Mixon.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 14 on that one, and a first down.
Steeler. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And 10.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Back to Smith-Schuster, this time complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, Get the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
It's good, and it's 21-10. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First and 10. At their own 20.
Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
As they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Garoppolo able to get this complete to Ayuk. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Pass the... There he goes left side. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Devin Bush, his second sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Garoppolo got his man complete over the middle. That's Baker. And oh, he coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And it's a fumble. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
That's complete right around the 8. And the 49ers are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now here's Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Now Garoppolo. His pass caught at the 4. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Well, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here.
17.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And this carries into the end zone. And he spins through. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to...
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Joe Mixon. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season from beginning to end. And now we'll play one half of football to decide who raises the Lombardi Trophy. And for the call, let's get it right back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Now this will make it into the end zone. Oh, twisting away. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Mixon will get it to start the second half. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. A gain of 3, second down.
A 3-yard pickup.
Again, it's Mixon. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And quickly, they get to the line.
At the 24-yard line.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Mixon.
Joe Mixon on the
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. Give him 58 yards on the ground. Not sure exactly what he saw that made him decide to hand it off, but a great decision and a fantastic run.
From our vantage point, what he saw was a defense that got out of its lanes, got out of its gaps, and they were pretty much running to the quarterback, viewing him as the bigger threat. And look at that wide open space, and he rumbled for big-time yardage.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Back to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Joe Mixon taking it in. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point now by Boswell. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Yards to go.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Devin Bush in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
And that's his 3rd sack, and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy, 3 sacks for the Panthers against Denver in Super Bowl 50.
All those sacks, they've only been an official record since Super Bowl 17. I know it's believed that L.C. Greenwood unofficially had 4 way back in Super Bowl 10.
Wearing the golden high tops as well.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's good. 23 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
First and 10 at the 20.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Buying time. And this will be caught by its big tight end, Ebron, for a Steeler touchdown. Eric Ebron there to make the grab. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Boswell for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and a yard at the 35-yard line.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
6-yard line.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
17.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Intended for George Kittle. Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Devin Bush make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Garoppolo now. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. They're able to haul it in as Kittle. And now a fumble. The ball's out. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground.
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
First down, he'll drop to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
That's another Steelers first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. And Johnson was the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Back to throw again. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point now by Boswell. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
Recovered by the Steelers.
And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
Again, it's Mixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll give it to Mixon, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Pick up of 2. Brings up.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
A gain of a yard. It's now 4th and goal.
They'll try and run with Mixon. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Mixon unable to find the goal line on 4th down. And his 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone. And that's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Taking it about the 16. Steelers set to take the field, and they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
7-yard line.
Mixon with it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Mixon. Still on his feet. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Steelers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. The Pittsburgh Steelers have won the Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the Steel City. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.
I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. Yeah, more action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him.
I don't be with him, he's so basic. Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. I knock them down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'ma slow pace it. They did not want me to.
And with that, the Dream Team stepped off the field and into football legend. What means more to your legacy?
I couldn't be more proud of what we achieved together. And I'm still in touch with most of those guys, even now that we're retired.
Midway through your career, you found yourself fighting to keep your starting position.
Yeah, fortunately, I already had plenty of experience doing that thanks to high school and college. I can clearly remember the day Coach called me into his office to tell me they signed him. I couldn't shake feeling there was more to this than what Coach was telling me. Looking back, it should have been obvious what was about to happen. Of course, the signing came up at the next press conference, and the reporter's question made me realize just how serious things were. I think we all knew this was only the start of what was going to turn out to be a long battle. The next day, he made it very clear management was looking to replace me. Still, we had a job to do. No hard feelings, but plenty of tension. It wasn't his fault, but I wasn't looking forward to spending the rest of the year defending my position.
right, man, eyes up, eyes up. Take a look at what we got here. This play is all about timing. You guys mess up that timing, you'll never get home on the blitz. But we're putting the secondary on an island, so you guys gotta get to the QB and force the throw.
Ready. Red 38.
She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. For a coupe, for a season, drop the top of it. Bust down, but my wrist, turn the top of it. I got both my girls, and just put it on it. Little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit.
All right, small steps in the right direction. That's what we've been talking about. And you know what? Today you took a lot of those small steps. I'm proud of you. Keep it up.
Down. 52 blue. Set, go.
All right, small steps in the right direction. That's what we've been talking about. And you know what? Today you took a lot of those small steps. I'm proud of you. Keep it up.
Ready. Set, ready. Red 38. Hut, hut. Set, 33. Yellow. Set, go. Ready. 60 red. 60 red. Set, hut.
Men, you're gonna like what you see in the film room this afternoon because today was a great practice. Coaching staff, we can't ask for much more. You guys consistently do that, and we are gonna find ourselves in the playoffs. Good stuff.
Throw it in rotation. Throw it in rotation. Throw it in rotation. Run it back, keep it clapping like a standing ovation. Throw it in rotation.
If I was feeling any unease during practice, it didn't show. Just the opposite, in fact. The reporters thought I was looking better than ever. It was all true, of course. I spent the offseason practicing every chance I got. But it was also a public declaration. Anything he can do, I can do better.
Tonight, from Buffalo Bills Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Buffalo Bills taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you look inside of Bills Stadium in Orchard Park. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him,
irresponsible without your money or not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hell in the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hands on the clock. Come like a bat of the hell, I dare you to cross like a reverend. And my energy paralyzed, I'm like I'm finger 11. Take a second, I'm finna send it like a parent a message. You the best, if it ain't me, then you need you a confession. You a mess, you ain't scary to me. Heard you was a leader, but that ain't apparent to me. Put dust on you like cheetah, run up down the air in the scene. And I feel just like Vegeta Prince, and I'm an heir to the seat. I mean, for real. Touch the driver's soft so I don't even grab the wheel. That's on my chest, but it don't mean the man is stealing. Mean I'm walking with some money, man, I mean a couple mil. Ew, think you need a meal. You ain't even eating while I'm feasting in the field. That's why I'm always cheesing, cause I feel like Uncle Phil. And all those losers think the freshman ain't half the man as well. I'm only 19, I see water dripping on a white